his PhD here in New Testament Greek, to come at this time and to make this presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Aiken. Sometime back, I was invited to write an article in the Festschrift for Dr. Maurice Robinson, which is a great honor. And after the book was published, the editors approached some of us who lived in driving distance from the seminary to be part of the presentation. But unfortunately, because of work schedule, they couldn't be here, so by default, I'm standing alone. But they do apologize for not being here. When I sent Dr. Robinson a reminder about today and asked him if there's anything in particular he would like for me to mention, his reply was very characteristic. He said, keep it brief and to the point. And so that's exactly what I intend to do. Dr. Robinson's interest in New Testament textual criticism began almost 50 years ago when his pastor suggested an introductory book on New Testament textual criticism. He loved it so much that he went on to complete his THM under well-known text critic Kenneth Clark of the Chicago School of Textual Criticism, and then a PhD under James Brooks, who studied under Bruce Metzger and George Gilpatrick, very well-known names. Through the years, he has written and read numerous articles and published several books, but the pride of place goes to the New Testament in the original Greek, Byzantine text form, 2005, and the Greek New Testament for beginning readers, Byzantine text form, 2010, both co-edited with William Pierpont. One of his major contributions has been with regards to John 7:53 through to chapter 8, verse 11, the passage regarding the woman caught in adultery, or otherwise known as pericope adulterae. During his sabbaticals, Dr. Robinson collated the passage in 1,500 continuous text manuscripts and 500 lectionary manuscripts that contain the passage, as well as 250 continuous text manuscripts and numerous lectionaries that do not contain the passage. That's a lot. These manuscripts have been examined in Münster, Germany, and other locations. Needless to say, he is the expert on the woman in adultery passage. As one scholar remarked, there's no one that loves adultery as much as Dr. Robinson. After 30 years of teaching, 23 at Southeastern, he is now the research professor of New Testament Greek, and over the next 2 years, he is writing a textual commentary on the primary Byzantine readings in the Greek New Testament. Altogether, he will be discussing as many as 2,600 variants. Scholars in the field may disagree with him, but they definitely respect his scholarship. My introduction to Dr. Robinson came on the first day at Southeastern back in 1996, and I was leaving the registrar's office kind of disappointed because his class was full, and that's the only class that would fit my work schedule. And I happened to run into him and explain to him my dilemma, and he said, well, follow me. And he took me back to the registrar's office and asked him to open the class just to add me. As a new student, completely clueless, it made a big impact on my life. And unfortunately, ever since then, he has been stuck with me. So, Dr. Robinson, you're truly deserving of this honor, and sharing this honor with him is his wife, Renee, and son, John Paul, and 2 grandchildren. Of course, they're not here this morning, but Dr. Robinson, if you would come.
It's an honor to have someone that is this distinguished as a scholar, respected literally around the world, who is also someone who, without apology, affirms the full truthfulness, authority, and inerrancy of the Bible. He is a living example that you can love God well with your heart and not check your mind at the door. You can love Him well with your mind and stand on the rock-solid foundation of the Word of God. So, Dr. Robinson, we love you as a brother, as a friend, as a scholar. You have represented Southeastern and Baptist and